Hi everybody, it's Dandruff with the news Cartridge for Wednesday, February 22nd, 2017. Today starts with the question of why, because here's a Cards Against Humanity expansion that is Mass Effect themed. Why? 'Cause money! I mean, I guess it could be fun. Packs are going for $1 each while supplies last. There's a link down below. Wait, why is the website totallyfuckablealiens.com? Here's a game called Metronomicon, and it's being touted as an RPG with rhythm elements, and it's making its way to PS4 and Xbox One at some point later this year. Troll and I has a new trailer out, and it's been confirmed for Nintendo Switch, and it's coming to us from Spiral House and Maximum Games. Dragon Quest Heroes 2 will release for both PC and PS4 on April 25th in North America and April 28th in Europe. If you want to know the details of the Day 1 Explorers Edition, you can find them in a link in the description down below, along with links for sources for all of today's stories. And coming to Steam on March 14th is Dead Rising 4, made by Capcom. Currently, it's only available on the Windows 10 store and Xbox One. Titanfall 2 is getting an update called Live Fire, and it will be here tomorrow on Xbox One, PS4, and PC. Again, links to the full patch notes are down below. The Homestead update for Elder Scrolls Online has made its way to PS4 and Xbox One today, and it allows players to create and decorate their own houses. If you subscribe to Xbox Live Gold, the complimentary games you will receive during the month of March have been revealed. 360 owners can look forward to playing Borderlands 2 and Heavy Weapon. Borderlands 2 is always a great game. Xbox One owners will receive Layers of Fear and Evolve Ultimate Edition. I feel like getting Evolve for free isn't that great of an offer because it's available for everyone for free on PC all of the time. Moving on to Battlefield 1, where developer DICE says they are aware of a problem with players spamming grenades. As a result of opponents not being able to aim their gun because of the visual effect of their screen shaking and having a steady stream of ammo supplied to them, grenaders are going to take a nerf. Ammo pouches will no longer provide grenades, but standing near an ammo crate will still function as normal. Fans of the Final Fantasy VII Remake will be happy to know that the voice acting is reported to be almost complete. Voice acting for games can take an extremely long time. The example I like to bring up is Fallout 4, which took the actors who played the two main protagonists 2 years to record all of their lines. Prices for Steam games are going to increase for some countries as Valve will start to charge sales tax thanks to some new tax laws. This will go into effect over time, and the increase will vary in percentage, with the lowest being Taiwan at 5% and the next lowest being Japan and Switzerland at 8%. But then there are outrageous increases like Serbia at 20% and Iceland at 24%. Suddenly your $20 game becomes a $25 game, and your $60 game becomes $80 by default. Do you want that $80 collector's edition? Well, fuck you! It's $100 now! Next up, we have a little bit of Nintendo Switch news. Nintendo has released their own unboxing video, and it pretty much shows us everything we saw in Hip Hop the Robot's video, except it's much more annoying. A minute into this thing and I was yelling at him to just open the fucking box already! Just go watch Hip Hop the Robot's video. It's just better, and it shows you everything you want to see without being so fucking cringy. I mean, just look at this part.
I want to smell in the bag.
What does it smell like?
It smells great.
It smells like plastic.
Of course it smells like plastic. It's an electronic. Did you know that you have to apply to make videos for Nintendo on YouTube? Moving on from that garbage and onto some more, GameStop says that they will have a, quote, limited supply of Nintendo Switches available to customers who want to walk in and buy one. No pre-orders or anything. But if I had to guess, there's going to be less than 10 per store, and if they don't have a limit of 1 per customer, then the first scalper is going to walk in and buy as many as they can. I understand that there's a certain type of gamer who's already made up their mind and needs a Nintendo Switch as soon as possible, and that's great. Good for you. But if I could talk directly to those of you who are on the fence about getting one, just wait till April or May. Avoid the rush, avoid the scalpers, wait for more games to come to the platform, and if there's any issues with the hardware itself, more than likely they will be discovered in the first 30 days. Moving on to some Blizzard news, and I'm going to be honest with you, I am not happy about covering this. Blizzard has released an in-universe interview with a young African girl named Effie Oladel. Many people are suspecting this girl created an AI robot of sorts in the form of a spider tank, which will be the 24th Overwatch character. And to be honest, I'm just not that interested. I tried following the Ana ARG, and that was just a headache. I also tried following the Sombra ARG, and I couldn't even figure out how people came up with the methods they did to get as far as they did. So for now, I'll be honest, I didn't read that much into it. I will try to learn more about it to bring you all more information, but I am just not that excited for more twists and turns and everything that's going to build to a date that's just more ARG. So let's move on to something that I can't stop thinking about, and I promise I won't go on and on about. AMD Ryzen processors are here! I always say that this show is only related to video games, and I am going to keep it that way. Benchmarks are out, it appears all of the leaks are true, and the price of a high-powered gaming PC is going to be plummeting in the next 2 weeks. Just to be warned, I will talk more about these processors once they've fully launched. Today was only the official reveal, and review sample information has not released yet either. And that brings us to our final topic of the day, and unfortunately it is extremely tragic and still has questions left unanswered. A streamer on Twitch who goes by the name Poshybrid was doing a 24-hour marathon stream for charity. Many streamers do this, including myself. I've done one, and let me tell you, it is not easy on the body or the mind. Poshybrid was known for not only playing World of Tanks, but he was well known for doing multiple long streams day after day. 22 hours into his stream early Sunday morning at roughly 4:30 a.m., he had gotten up to go smoke a cigarette, never to return. He was only 35, had 3 children, and the exact cause of death has not been reported yet. Now, I've seen it be questioned if there should be regulations on so-called marathon streams, and if this were to happen, I see multiple problems with it. First of all, and I did not think of this, I read this in one of the articles I'm referencing, but I do agree with it, is that there's no way to tell if someone stayed up for 24 hours and then began their 24-hour stream. But personally, I don't think it's a good idea to impose any sort of limit on the amount of time someone can stream, because I've seen streams where multiple people are playing games and they take turns sleeping off camera. Twitch would have to make special exceptions for events like SGDQ or Desert Bus for Hope, and it can't just be this is for charity, because a lot of amateur streamers do the same. Where do we draw a line? Next, and this may sound obvious, but it's not up to Twitch to make sure you're taking care of yourself. Not only would the conditions themselves be outrageous, like all streamers have to take a physical before they can stream. See, that already sounds dumb. But how exactly would Twitch enforce that kind of prerequisite for hundreds of thousands of streamers across the globe? Do you see where it becomes impossible to regulate something like that? Ultimately, Brian's death is very sad, but that shouldn't mean that anything should change about streaming or marathon streaming. But I would encourage everyone that if you see a streamer who is doing one of these marathon streams and they look like they're struggling to maintain consciousness, gently encourage them to pack it up and call it good, telling them that they gave it their all, but to avoid doing any physical damage to themselves, they should go get some sleep. If you are a fan of Poshybrid, let me know in the comment section down below, please. Also, if you can think of a reasonable way to prevent this in the future, let me know about that too down below. Thank you. And once again, it is time for tomorrow's game releases. For PC, The Exiled, Frog Hop, Robot Soccer Challenge, Odyssey, the Next Generation Science Game, Forma 8, Four Last Things, Dad Quest, Minor Meltdown, Vive Leroy, Runt of the Litter, Die, Shadows of Adam, Drop Hunt, Adventure Puzzle, Sakura Magic Girls, Choppa, Super Cuber, Paulo's Wing, Revenge, First Blood, and Geology Business. For PlayStation 4, Forma 8. For Nintendo 3DS, Go Go Coco Polo 3D, Space Recipe for Disaster. And for PlayStation Vita, Forma 8. Thank you very much, everybody. This has been News Cartridge. I am Dandruff. I will see you tomorrow. And why don't blind people skydive? Because it scares the fuck out of the dogs. Well, today goes to prove you that not all news is happy. Not all news is good. It's a sad thing that happened. I didn't know him. I didn't follow him. I wasn't a fan of Poshybrid, but I don't know. It's a tragedy. It sucks. Sorry, anybody who was. Sorry for your loss. Anybody out there who was a fan. Yeah. So yeah, AMD Ryzen. Can't wait for that. I really, really, really want to see benchmarks so bad. I really, really want to see official or unofficial benchmarks, because you can't trust the people who make the thing to tell you about the thing. If that makes sense. You gotta wait for Linus Tech Tips, Jay's 2 cents to get a hold of that kind of hardware in order to test it properly, in order to get more verified information. I like a bunch of tech channels. There's more than just Jay's 2 cents, Linus Tech Tips. There's Level 1 Techs. There's Hardware Unboxed. There's a bunch of them. I like them all. I like a lot of them. Most of them. There's one I don't like. Anyway, social media links are over here. Subscribing. Yesterday viewing. Goodbyeing.